Okay, now let's focus to our migration to create migration for users and password. So we have set up our schema for our user table, and password is already set for us. And okay, to migrate, we have to switch to our terminal. And so in a terminal, make sure that you are in your current directory, resource directory. So cd XAMPP is our server, and under XAMPP there is a htdocs folder or directory, and htdocs we have a smart expense directory where our Laravel source is smart expense. So we in our directory to create a migration is there is a command php artisan make command, and you can visit php artisan, and when you so when we enter php artisan, so here you can see some commands. So for migration, to migrate, so migrate command is used, and so php migrate. If I go to noun, so make command is used for migration to create a migration. This time we are migrating because we are already a migration, so we will use the migrate command. Okay, and clear screen. So php artisan migrate. So it will create our migration for user table and password table. So when I enter, maybe it come to error. I will show you the error if it comes to the error. So we will fix it. So error exception undefined variable table. So there is an error in our migration. So come to here and see where it's here. So we have wrongly gave our reference. Control S. Come to your browser, clear screen, and before clear screen, let's see our table. Is that created migration? So migration table migration was created, but not for user and password. So let's drop this table migration empty, refresh, and refresh one more time. See, it is empty. Sorry, drop. It's dropped. Refresh one more time and see this now smart expands database our is empty. So our database is connected that we have set in our environment file. One more time, php artisan migrate. So see here is some errors that in SQL you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the menu. So syntax error, access violation. So this error code you can find in your browser. So this error code. So this is because I am using a PHP version of Laravel 7.2. In later version, the string length for your schema is 255. So we have to set the string length of our table strings, field string to some 191 or other. So you can see, and how we can fix that issue. So we have to come to our application, and here let's close this database, and in our app there is a folder of providers, And in app service provider, so app service provider, so public function boot. So here we will define our string length for our schema. Okay, schema default string length, and it will be a 191. Save it, and we have to import our schema in. So I can import it by pressing F5 key, short key, to import the class in your file. So this is the PHP companion package, and I have given detail in a Sublime text series, where we can include our packages. So PHP companion package is short to include files in your file. So let me give it F, maybe get it. Okay, F4, no, F5, it's not pulling. Okay, give it default. Use illuminate. Let's import our schema illuminate, and support support and our facades, schema facades, FACADES, and here it is our schema. To build our schema, so we have to include our facade, because we are using a facade schema here, and we have to include in our file. So illuminate, support, facades, and schema. Okay, Control S to save this file, and let me make sure that it is correct. Default is not, because string will be capital, S will be capital, string length, it's okay. Save it one more time and come to our terminal. So Control C to exist and clear screen, and let's create our migration. Let's migrate our user and password table PHP artisan migrate. So look at the class app service was not found. So this namespace is not required. Why it is added? Wait a minute. Because we are an app provider, we have to include this namespace app providers. Let's switch to our drop it and refresh. It's empty. Illuminate, support, SUPPORT support facades, FACADES facade and schema. Kill PHP artisan migrate in app provided line 17 schema not found. Okay, let me check it. So let me make sure that schema is correct. SCHEMA schema, and oh, here we have did a mistake. SCH is schema, default string length. Okay, now let's clear screen and create one more time PHP artisan migrate. So still there is an error. Illuminate database query exception, syntax error, class violation. Let's refresh. Drop this one. Refresh. Check the manual market unsigned null role. Okay, let's do because we are not fixing our error. So one thing that we have to because we have changing some made changing of string in our app service. We have changed string length, so maybe it not changes to our class. So and let's clear the cache and config file and compose our all the files of resource again by composing auto dump auto loads php artisan config. So it will clear all my cache which is created of migration and others in our cache file. So and all the configuration that we have made changes, it will clear. So php artisan config cache. So cache cleared and php artisan cache clear. So it's cleared, and also php not php composer dump auto load, and it will auto load all our Laravel source files and compose once again more time. So it will refresh all the things. So you will see generated package, all packages are auto load again. And now let's create check it is migrating on our php artisan migrate and hit enter. So migration, our table created successfully. So one table for users and one table for password, and we can quickly check in our so refresh. So migrations are now created, you can see. So migration for one for is users and one created for password. So if we go to passwords, email token and created that is created. And if we go to a user, so all the fields that we have described in schema build, so all are created, and we can check that we have set the parent integer and its string length default is 9 10, and name varchar, which is a string that we have used in our schema. So see uh, if we have string, so it is varchar. So string varchar, and its length is 191. So that we have described in our we have encountered a problem of string. So because of PHP Laravel, PHP version 7.1, so in latest version of 7.2, so in Laravel 3, 5.4, 5.5, it was this error is come, and we have to fix by string giving default string length 191. Maybe in 5.6 and other versions it will not encounter if you are using a PHP version 7 point more than 7.21. So we have given our string length. Okay, this that's why the string length of each field will be a default will be 191. And email is also we have set password character length 60. So you can see in the migration we have set password length 60. Okay, country is integer and its integer length is 11. So its length is 11. Okay, state is integer because we are using will use a country table and also a state table. Okay, city is worker, and one more one thing that status is enum. You know the default is now off and or its value. So we have given the two options in our database field that it will be a on or off. So you can check out documentation for enum. Well, so and company ID is integer. Also company name is access member token and all these things. So with that the value that we have unsigned, you can see in a schema in a database that are unchecked and which are nullable. So these are in nullable. If we go to data, and here we can see if it's not when we enter a null field, so it will show which fields are nullable, so it will be shown null. So user migration is now right now completed, and we will switch to a country and state, and after that we will go to our login registration accessing various form farm.